So the first thing we're going to talk about today is Neymar Jr., who right now is with Paris Saint-Germain of League One in soccer, has been reportedly saying that he is possibly using PSG as a way to get into playing and hopefully transferring to Real Madrid in Spain. Now, this is something that's been going on for the last couple of months. Obviously, Neymar has struggled a lot with adjusting to his new life in Paris after moving from Barcelona in the biggest deal in soccer history. And he's obviously had some struggles with his teammates, especially Edinson Cavani and Kylian Mbappe. I mean, they both, two of those stars that they've been able to have, as with the exception of Neymar, and there's been a lot of clashing between all three guys. So a lot of reports have come out, mostly from people in Spain, that Neymar's father has been in Real the last couple of weeks trying to negotiate a possible transfer move in the summer of 2018 for Neymar to move to play for Real Madrid to replace Cristiano Ronaldo, who is possibly leaving Real Madrid in the summer of 2018. And when Neymar was asked about this while he was representing Brazil in the World Cup qualifying, in a press conference he broke down and it was in absolute tears. And it was kind of a sad thing to see. And I think Neymar, in many ways, wants to really adjust himself to the PSG family. I mean, he's only been with the team for a couple of months. He obviously still is tremendous, is so talented. Clearly, in my opinion, the best player on PSG. But things have just been tough for him trying to adjust to playing in a completely new country with completely new teammates, a completely new culture, a new league. Everything is just new to him. So there's a way you can understand why these rumors might be coming out. But there's also the possibility that Neymar really is using PSG as a way for him to have gotten out of Barcelona and then move on and play in Real Madrid. So it's really kind of a crazy roller coaster type of emotions. And when Neymar was asked about this, other than like when he was crying, he said that it was just really hard on him the last couple of weeks because he's trying so hard to adjust to playing in Paris, and all the fans are getting on him already because there have been rumors that he's trying to leave after just one season to go play for Real. Now, obviously, these rumors came out after Cristiano Ronaldo already said that he was considering and almost is certain that he wants to leave Real Madrid at the end of this season and leave in the summer of 2018. So this is just crazy. And my opinion on it is that I think we have to give Neymar some time to continue to adjust. We shouldn't try to just force it down his throat that, he's trying to get out of here and everything, blah, blah, blah. We have to give him a year and see how he does, because right now PSG is still in the Champions League. They're in the Elite Eight of the Champions League. They're very close. They're clearly the favorites and in first place in League One. Obviously, they're looking to try to win the French championship. So if Neymar can lead PSG to glory and help them get something going there and get them those championships, I think that will change a lot of people's opinion on Neymar, as well as that might help Neymar to feel more comfortable wanting to stay in PSG. But right now, Neymar has said clearly that he has no intention of leaving PSG to go to Real Madrid. And when people were trying to contact his father, his father would not make any comments on it. So we will have to see what happens as we get to the summer of 2018. So now the next thing we're going to talk about is there's been huge comparison in the NBA, and that is between Lonzo Ball of the Los Angeles Lakers and Ben Simmons of the Philadelphia 76ers. Now both guys went at it 2 nights ago, and Ben Simmons clearly dominated over Lonzo Ball. I mean, he looked phenomenal against him. Lonzo Ball finished with just 2 points the entire game, while Ben Simmons nearly got a triple-double, while Joel Embiid proceeded to score 45 points in the Sixers' victory over the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, even though it's still relatively early on, people are already saying who's going to win Rookie of the Year. In my opinion, it's definitely going to be Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is already averaging almost 20 points a game, almost 10 rebounds a game, and almost 8 assists a game. So he's basically almost averaging a double-double throughout the entire season. Lonzo Ball averaging less than 10 points a game, less than 7 assists, and less than 6 rebounds. So Lonzo Ball's been really struggling from the get-go. He obviously broke the record that LeBron James had for quickest player to get his first triple-double. But other than that, Lonzo Ball has really done very little to nothing. and he really struggled against the 76ers. They made Lonzo Ball look ridiculous, and I know a lot of people want to criticize, the Ball family and everything, but in my opinion, you got to give Lonzo Ball more time to adjust to the NBA game. Yes, his shot is suspect, the way it comes off his hands, his form and everything, kind of looks weird, but nonetheless, he's still a very talented player, and you got to give him time to develop. And, he's playing in Los Angeles. He has all this pressure. His father, LeVar Ball's constantly hyping him up and constantly putting the pressure on him. And so maybe the pressure is getting to Lonzo Ball a little bit. So you can definitely see that he is having some struggles early on in his career, but we have to give him more time to see how he does. But when asking about who I think is going to win the Rookie of the Year, in my opinion, already Ben Simmons has won it. He has been playing phenomenal. He had a whole year to recover from injury and learn about the lifestyle playing in the NBA. And he's coming back, and it's crazy to think that he's a rookie. Technically this is his second year, but he's a rookie because this is his first full year in the NBA. He missed out the entire 2016-2017 season with an injury, and he comes back fully healthy and ready to go. And he's done a tremendous job so far in helping the 76ers really push across. So you definitely got to trust the process, as they say in Philadelphia, because I certainly trust it, and they are going to be a for-real team in the next 2 or 3 years. And Ben Simmons, in my opinion, is going to be one of the next up-and-coming superstars in the NBA. The last thing we're going to talk about here on this first segment is we just had some of the awards given out for the MLB with the MVP and Cy Youngs. I'm going to start with the Cy Young Awards. In the American League, you had Corey Kluber of the Cleveland Indians taking it. He finished with a 2.25 ERA and tied for the Major League lead in wins with 18. In the National League, you had Matt Scherzer of the Washington Nationals take it with a 2.51 ERA with 16 victories and only 6 losses. Looking at Kluber, he struggled early on in the beginning of the year, but then in the second half of the season after the All-Star break, he really turned it on and got a lot of things rolling and did a tremendous job. And obviously he didn't have that much of success in the postseason, but they really look, these guys look at the awards from the regular season stats. Kluber was definitely dominant, and really one of the main reasons that Cleveland was as dominant as they were throughout the regular season. So Kluber definitely well deserves it. And then looking at Matt Scherzer, this is kind of a surprise. I really thought that Clayton Kershaw was going to win it, but the committee decided that Matt Scherzer, who had 16 wins, which was the second most in the National League, he deserved it. And he was, just like with Kluber, Scherzer was a big reason that the Nationals had the amount of success that they did. It got them into the playoffs and got them just one win away from reaching the NLCS for the first time in franchise history. So if I'm the Nationals, knowing that his contract comes up, he's done after next season, you really got to think about re-signing him soon, or he's going to be out the door and getting a lot of money from somebody else. And now we're going to talk about the MVPs. I know that this has been the big award that everybody wanted to look at. So in the American League, you have Jose Altuve from the Houston Astros, who wins the 2017 AL Most Valuable Player with a batting average of .346 with 24 home runs and 81 RBIs. He also finished with 224 hits, which was the most by anybody in the major leagues this last year. He obviously led the Astros to their first ever World Series championship. And so Altuve, with his best year of his career, definitely deserves it. A guy who's well under 6 foot, I believe he's 5'4". A guy really showing that small people can make a lot of damage, and he showed it. So Jose Altuve definitely deserves that, and this is, without a doubt, a career year and possibly a Hall of Fame year for Jose Altuve. And in the National League, not much drama. Giancarlo Stanton wins it, running away with it. Batted .287 with 59 home runs and 132 RBIs. And Giancarlo Stanton said in an interview with Jimmy Kimmel that he projects that he will hit over 60 home runs next season. Now, there's obviously been a lot of trade rumors the last couple of days with where Giancarlo Stanton might go. He has a trade clause. He has a no trade clause, so he holds all the cards. A new team that just came into the discussion, and you want to know who it is? The New York Yankees. And the Yankees have been in heated talks apparently the last 2 days by trying to acquire Giancarlo Stanton. So this is going to be one crazy free agency, and we know that 2018 is going to be even more crazy next year, but Giancarlo Stanton definitely deserved to win that National League MVP. And we're going to take our first commercial break, but when we come back, I have a first special guest coming up, and so I want you guys to stick around and see who it is. So we'll see when we get back here on the MVP Show.